What if the life you are living right now is not the one you were born to live? What if deep inside your soul, behind every choice you have made, behind every fear you have carried, there is a hidden purpose waiting to be unlocked? Right now, in this moment, you are standing at the threshold of something most people never discover. Before you, there are 5 ancient keys. Each one holds a different shape, a different energy, a different secret about who you truly are. One of these keys will unlock the door to your hidden life purpose, the one your conscious mind has been too afraid to open. Carl Jung spent his entire life studying the human psyche, and he discovered something extraordinary. He found that we are not just individuals wandering through life. We are connected to something far deeper, something he called the collective unconscious. This is the hidden library of human experience, filled with symbols, archetypes, and ancient wisdom that speaks to us through dreams, through choices, through the quiet voice we often ignore. The key you choose today is not random. It is a message from your soul, a whisper from the part of you that knows exactly why you are here. But here is what you need to understand. By the end of this video, you will uncover the one truth that has been blocking you from living your real purpose. And once you see it, everything will change.
Look at the 5 keys before you. Do not overthink this. Let your intuition guide you. The first key is made of silver, delicate and ornate, covered in intricate patterns that seem to shimmer in the light. The second key is forged from dark iron, heavy and ancient, with edges worn by time. The third key is gold, radiant and bold, almost glowing with a sense of power. The fourth key is made of glass, transparent and fragile, revealing everything within. The fifth key is wooden, simple and natural, carved from a tree that has witnessed centuries. Choose now. Which key calls to you? Which one feels like it belongs in your hand?
But before we reveal what your choice means, you need to know something that Jung discovered about the human soul. He believed that we are not one self, but many selves. There is the persona, the mask we show the world. There is the shadow, the parts of ourselves we hide, the anger, the shame, the desires we are afraid to admit. And then there is the self, the true core of who we are, the place where our purpose lives. Most people spend their entire lives never meeting their true self. They live in the persona, they run from the shadow, and they wonder why they feel so empty. The key you chose is not just a symbol. It is a doorway into your psyche, a map to the part of your soul that holds your deepest mission. Let us begin with the silver key. If you chose this key, you are drawn to beauty, to complexity, to the unseen connections between things. Silver has always been associated with the moon, with intuition, with the feminine energy that flows beneath the surface of reality. You are someone who feels deeply, perhaps too deeply. You notice things others miss, the way light falls through a window, the hidden sadness in someone's smile, the patterns that repeat in your life like a song you cannot forget. Jung would recognize you as someone connected to the anima or animus, the inner counterbalance of your outer gender. You are here to bridge worlds, to bring the invisible into visibility. But here is what most people are too afraid to admit about this choice. You have been hiding your sensitivity because the world told you it was weakness. You learned early, perhaps in childhood, that showing your true feelings meant getting hurt. So you built walls, you became the person who helps everyone else, who listens, who understands, but who never asks for help in return. Your hidden life purpose is to stop hiding your gifts. You are meant to be a healer, an artist, a counselor, a guide for others who are lost in the darkness. But you cannot fulfill this purpose until you heal yourself first. The silver key unlocks the door to your own heart, and once you open it, you will finally understand that your sensitivity is not a curse. It is your superpower.
Now, if you chose the iron key, you are someone who has walked through fire. Iron is forged in heat, shaped by pressure, strengthened by struggle. This key is heavy because you have carried heavy things. You know what it means to survive, to endure, to keep going when everything inside you wants to give up. Jung called this the archetype of the warrior, but not the warrior who fights others, the warrior who fights the darkness within. You have faced your shadow, whether you realize it or not. You have looked at your pain, your anger, your past, and you have refused to let it destroy you. But here is the part you need to hear. Your hidden life purpose is not just about surviving anymore. It is about teaching others how to survive. You are meant to be the one who stands in the storm and shows people that they can make it through. You are the mentor, the protector, the voice that says it is going to be okay, because you have been there. The iron key unlocks the door to your strength, and on the other side of that door is a version of you that no longer carries the weight alone. You will build something with your pain. You will create a legacy of resilience. But first, you must stop believing that asking for help makes you weak. The strongest people are the ones who know they cannot do it all alone.
The gold key is next, and if this is your choice, you are someone who was born to lead. Gold has always been the metal of kings, of power, of those who are meant to shine in the spotlight. You have big dreams, big visions, and a part of you has always known that you are capable of extraordinary things. Jung would see you as the sovereign archetype, the ruler of your own destiny. You are not here to follow, you are here to create, to inspire, to change the world in some way. But here is what nobody tells you about the gold key. With great power comes great loneliness. You have spent so much of your life trying to prove yourself, trying to earn the success you believe you deserve, that you have forgotten why you wanted it in the first place. Perhaps as a child you were told you were special, that you were destined for greatness, and you have been chasing that validation ever since. Or perhaps you were told you were nothing, and you have been fighting to prove them wrong your entire life. Either way, your hidden life purpose is not about achievement, it is about alignment. You are meant to lead, yes, but only when you are leading from your truth, not from your ego. The gold key unlocks the door to your authentic power, and when you step through it, you will stop chasing success and start creating impact. The next sign is even more telling of your future. Stay with me.
If you chose the glass key, you are one of the rarest souls. Glass is fragile, yes, but it is also clear. It hides nothing. You are someone who values truth above all else, even when the truth hurts. You see through lies, through facades, through the masks people wear. Jung would recognize you as someone connected to the archetype of the sage, the seeker of wisdom. You are here to understand, to learn, to ask the questions that make people uncomfortable. But here is what you have been running from. Your transparency terrifies you. You have been broken before, maybe more than once, and you are afraid that if you let people see the real you, they will break you again. So you hide behind intellect, behind logic, behind the belief that if you just understand enough, you will finally be safe. Your hidden life purpose is to stop protecting yourself and start sharing yourself. You are meant to be a teacher, a truth teller, a mirror for others to see themselves clearly. The glass key unlocks the door to vulnerability, and on the other side is the most powerful version of you, the one who knows that being breakable does not mean being broken. You will write, you will speak, you will illuminate the darkness with your clarity. But first, you must stop being afraid of your own fragility.
Now, listen closely, because this next part changes everything. If you chose the wooden key, you are someone who understands the cycles of life in a way others do not. Wood comes from trees, and trees grow slowly, deeply, patiently. They weather storms, they lose their leaves. They seem to die in winter, and then they bloom again in spring. You are connected to the archetype of the sage and the caregiver, someone who knows that life is not a straight line, it is a spiral. You have lived through seasons of growth and seasons of loss, and you have learned that both are necessary. But here is what you have been avoiding. You have been so focused on nurturing others, on being the stable one, the grounded one, the one everyone can count on, that you have forgotten to grow yourself. Perhaps in childhood, you had to be the adult too soon. You had to take care of others when you should have been taken care of. Your hidden life purpose is to reclaim your own growth. You are meant to build something lasting, something that will outlive you. A family, a business, a community, a forest of your own. The wooden key unlocks the door to your roots, and when you walk through it, you will finally plant yourself in the soil of your own life, instead of always holding space for others. You are the gardener of souls, but you must water your own garden first.
Carl Jung once said, "Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes." Every key you saw today represents a different path, but they all lead to the same place. They lead you back to yourself. Your hidden life purpose is not something you need to find out there in the world. It is already inside you, waiting to be unlocked. The silver key teaches you to feel. The iron key teaches you to endure. The gold key teaches you to lead. The glass key teaches you to reveal. The wooden key teaches you to grow. Whichever key you chose, you are being called to step into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. You are being called to stop living the life others expected of you and start living the life your soul was born to create.
But here is the final truth, the one that will change everything. The reason you have not found your purpose yet is not because you are lost. It is because you have been afraid of what finding it would mean. You have been afraid of the responsibility, the vulnerability, the change that comes with truly knowing yourself. You have been afraid that if you step into your purpose, you will lose the people who love the version of you that plays small. And maybe you will. But you will also find the people who have been waiting for the real you to show up. You will find the life that has been waiting for you to claim it. So now I want you to do something. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself standing in front of a door. This is the door to your hidden life purpose. In your hand is the key you chose. You put the key in the lock, you turn it, and the door opens. What do you see? What do you feel? Who are you on the other side of that door? That version of you is not a dream. It is not a fantasy. It is the truth of who you are beneath all the fear, all the conditioning, all the lies you have been told about who you should be. That version of you is waiting. The only question is, will you walk through the door?
Tell me in the comments which key you chose and what you saw when the door opened. Your story matters. Your purpose matters. And I promise you, someone out there needs to hear it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having the courage to look inside. Now go unlock your life.